In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Myers-Briggs Type Indicators, or MBTI, personality tests. My name is Andrew Ramdial, and I'm the author of this book, PMP Exam Prep Simplified. And in this video, I'm going to be taking a personality test with you so you guys can find out more information about who I am. I've never done this test before except when I started doing researching for this video. I've heard about this test before, but it's not something I was really looking into before. So what exactly is this? Well, this is the world's most famous, or maybe one of the most famous, personality tests that are out there. Organizations administer this test to tell them where a potential employee will best serve them. For example, if you pass this test and you have a personality test, I should say a result of ENTJ. This particular one is known to be good in leadership roles because they're very strategic and logical. And there's 16 of these potential results that you can get. And in this video, I'm going to be taking the test with you to see which of these 16s that I fall into. And you can also take it, you can pause the video and watch the diagram I'm going to use and see where you fall into. This video is not meant to be the only thing you should watch on this. In fact, the Myers-Briggs company administers this test asking 93 questions and gives you a better understanding of where you fall in on this particular chart. And organizations really do pay quite a lot of money to have their employees do this. I went to Wikipedia and I found a diagram that basically shortens it to just a few questions. And I'm not going to go through all of it. You can pause the video and see it. I'm also going to put a link to it so you can go through it yourself. I just want to give you an example of what this thing looks like. So when you see it appear on your exam, you'll know what it is. So let's go in and get right into it. So here's the diagram. I got this out of Wikipedia. You can see the link here that I have at the bottom. I'm also going to be posting this link in the description below. If you just go to Google and type Myers-Briggs, you'll find this diagram. Okay, so basically, there's 16 results that you can get, and you can see them listed here, such as ISTJ, ESFP, ENTJ, and different types here will tell you what role you should be playing, or maybe what job perspective you're going to be best suited for. So let's go through it, and I'm going to do mines. And I've already done it, so I know what the answer is on mine. I was pretty surprised. I thought I was going to get another one, but I ended up with one that I didn't think about. So I thought this was a pretty fun thing to do. I did it with my wife also. She got a result that I was pretty expectant for what she would have gotten. And you could do this and see what results you're going to get. So what I recommend to do is to read the 16 of them. This is how I had some fun doing it. Read the 16 of them. So for example, ISTJ is somebody that's responsible, sincere, analytical, reserved, realistic, systematic, versus ENTJ, strategic, logical, efficient, outgoing, and ambiguous, I should say ambitious, independent, and so on. So where do you fall in here? Right? Why don't you stop the video, go follow the link and see where you fall into, and then play the video again. So here, look, I'm going to do mine right now. So the first thing, so they're breaking into 4 sections here. So the first section, are you outwardly or inwardly? So I've been a teacher quite a long time. I speak in front of big groups. What do you guys think? Could I be described as somebody that's talkative and outgoing, or somebody that's reserved and private? So I think this is more me. I'm pretty talkative. Talking is my business. It's what I do. Do I like to be in a fast place or a slower place? I like fast pace. Do I tend to work out ideas with others and think out loud? Yes, I talk a lot. I generally don't think in my head. In fact, sometimes people say I talk too much. Do I enjoy being the center of attention? But when you're an instructor, you're always the center of attention. That's definitely me. So I think I'm an E here. So you can see that my own is going to start with one of these E's here. So if you're someone that tends to think inside of your head, or would rather observe than actually be the center of attention, then you're going to probably start with the I. Okay, number 2. How do you prefer to take information? So I'm a extroversion, I should say, is what they call me, or introversion was the other one. Okay, number 2, am I sensing or am I intuition? All right. How do you prefer to take in information? Do you focus on the reality of how things are, or do you imagine the possibilities of how things could be? You know, as a leader of a company, I always look forward. I look at how things could be in the future. So this is definitely me. Do you pay attention to concrete details? Nope. I always look at the big picture. So that's me. Do you prefer ideas that have practical applications? Sometimes enjoy ideas and concepts for their own sake. This is definitely me. I look at more of a conceptual form of that idea. Do you like to describe things in a specific literal way? Or do you like to describe things in a figurative way? As a teacher, we like to describe things in a figurative because we think it makes it easier to understand. So I'm an N, so you could see that now I'm going to be an E-N. So I'm somewhere in this N here. So I'm one of these four here, as you could tell. Okay, how do you make decisions? Well, am I thinking or am I feeling? Do you make decisions in an impersonal way using logical reasoning? Or do you base your decisions on personal values and how your actions affect others? I think I mostly make mine based on logical reasoning. At least I feel I do. I value justice and fairness or harmony and forgiveness? I value justice and fairness more over anything else. Do you enjoy finding the flaws in an argument? Do you like to please others? I like to find flaw in argument. If you're going to argue with me, I'm going to find where you went wrong, and then I'm going to let you know about it. Could you be described as reasonable and level-headed? I think I'm level-headed. So I think I'm definitely a T here. I don't think, a lot of people haven't told me I'm warm. People say I'm pretty much loud, and I let people know when they're wrong. So that brings it down now. So am I an E-N? So I'm an E-N-T? So am I a P or a J? And this is the surprise outcome that I thought I wasn't going to get. How do you prefer to live your life? Live your outer life. Do you prefer, I prefer to have matters settled, or do you prefer to have your opinions open? Do you think rules and deadlines should be respected, or do you set rules and deadlines as flexible? I'm sorry, C rules there. I go with this, not this. Do you prefer to have detailed step by step, or do you like to improvise and make things up as you go? That's me. I change a lot. I do like to improvise. I like to change things. And anytime I see a rule, I ask why that rule is there and how do I break it or how do I make it better? Do you make plans and want to know what you're getting into, or am I pretty spontaneous? I think this is me. So I'm the P here. So this is me. I am an ENTP. So what does that mean? Well, I like to invent stuff, enthusiastic, strategic. I enjoy new ideas and challenge and value inspiration. I thought when I read this, as the founder of this business, I thought I was going to be an ENTJ. Like I thought I was more strategic, logical. So I read these things and then I did the test and I really thought I was an ENTJ. And then at the end, I was an ENTP, which I guess is fine. So I thought this was a pretty interesting exercise that I want you guys to do. I'm not going to get into the details. There's a lot of research that is done on this where they'll tell you that they consider me a doer or a leader, something like that. And they go into each one of those 16 things and they tell you, or I should say types. And then they say, okay, this guy best serves this role. So if you guys had some fun learning about this and doing it, go ahead, give it a shot. Go to Wikipedia, check out that link. Also, you can check out their own websites, the Myers-Briggs company. You can just Google them and find information about them. There's a 93, I think, question exam that they give you, and they'll get more involved into this. Now, when it comes to your PMP exam, be familiar with what these things are. Just be familiar that these letters indicate a certain personality types. I really don't think they're going to make you memorize all 16 of these types and then tell you, oh, where does this one belong? They might, but I'm hoping they don't. So you just want to go through this, you know what, understand what they mean. Because when you get a question on your exam, I don't think this one is going to be too difficult.